Howdy y'all. Today is garage clean day. So, as most of you guys have seen, if you've watched the videos, you know my garage. This is where we jacked up the M3. This is where we've done some work on this side to make it a little bit bigger. This is where everything happens. And as you can see, it's not very wide. And I have all of my toolboxes and everything on this side, which makes it a little bit more cramped. We are going to change that today. So as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys noticed, my toolboxes, the big toolbox is already turned. Well, I spent last weekend organizing this toolbox, the little toolbox we had next to it, and putting everything into one big toolbox. Now that we have that done, this toolbox is empty, and that toolbox is ready to go to the ranch. We need to clean off all the stuff around it. The little toolbox that we had next to it, we sold that the other night, and now we have this nice cleaned up area here. As you can see, this is what it's going to look like all the way down when I'm done today. So our goal today is to get the filing cabinet thing. It's full of just trash. We need to get that cleaned out and then put that on the street because we're getting rid of that. And then the toolbox at the end, the big one, is going to the ranch, so it'll currently just chill in that area till we actually load it up in the truck and take it to the ranch. But this whole side is going to be cleaned off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to actually mount the, well, we're going to pull all the sheetrock down out of the ceiling. As you saw, we started, but we haven't finished. So we'll do that as well, but maybe not today. But we're going to hard mount the lights to the ceiling. We have some new lights coming from Tony as well. All the walls are going to get cleaned up for all these nails and everything, and we are going to insulate, well, clean up, insulate, and then we're going to pegboard this entire wall. Floor to ceiling pegboard all the way down so that we can hang tools, we can hang wheels, we can hang anything. Like these wheels that are stacked over here, they don't need to be there. They need to be stacked or hung or something on the wall here so they're up and out of the way. Once we get this side cleaned up, we're going to go back to the racks because those racks, again, are filled with crap. And it just gets shoved in there and it's none of it needs to be there. All these boxes have like random E36 parts that we don't even need. So I've been listing stuff and selling stuff and just getting rid of things. So let's jump to it. And let's get this side kind of cleaned up. Now that we're here, I can see the amount of trash that's in here. It's just a bunch of crap. It is. I got shoes. They're faded glory. They're not even real Chucks. We got random gloves. A section of housing. Leftover crap. In-car USB triple socket. Ew. When would I ever need that? Center vent. E36, we'll save that one. That could sell for like $5. Got sensor. No. A MAF sensor. For what car? I have no clue. Another glove. A handle for the drill. Drill bits. Pipe cutter. There that sucker is. I've been looking for that. These will go back in the toolbox. Look at that. Just a hammerhead. We have a drill. Who knows if it'll work? Plug it in and see you later. What else do we got here? Sanding block. Well, I'm gonna clean this out and we'll be right back. Now that we got that cleaned out of all the trash, as you see, it's empty. Except for a few little things, but all the rest is basically trash. I don't even know what that is. It's like a dental pick or something. It's weird. Throw that out. We need to get the speakers off the top, and get the sub off and everything. This is another stereo. I'm gonna mount probably up there somewhere, so that we have music out here. I used to have music out here, then I moved it to the other stereo, so I need some sound out here. So we'll take these down, clean them up, and then we'll figure out some way when we start putting up our wall, build a little shelf up there and set everything up there, because I want to also have a TV up on the wall. Most likely, once we clean out all that area, I really want to take this wall down completely. So if we take this wall down completely, I really want to mount the TV like on this wall here, so that I can have it on a pivot and angle it. We got enough TVs in the house that I can steal one and put it up here and hang it, so I can run, you know, YouTube videos, watch them while I'm working, that kind of thing. So I think that'd be really cool, but we got to get it insulated first so that it's not all super open. But let's clean this top off, and then we'll get this and we'll drag this sucker out and get rid of it. This thing is way heavier than I thought, but I got the jack under one side, so it's moving it pretty good. As you can see, this side of the garage fills with water in rains, and you can see kind of where it's wet, and that's where it fills in every time it rains. Not every time it rains, kind of hard. So on our list, once we get this whole side cleared out, is we are going to level creep. So we're gonna pour concrete all on this side and bring it out as far as we can, so that everything, no water flows into the garage, because it all comes in through the front, and it comes in and it works its way around. And if we level this, because you can kind of see the toolbox, see how the toolbox kind of angles down, you can see how much it falls that way. So what we're gonna do is just gonna pour concrete, level creep across the whole backside, so that no water actually comes in the garage anymore. It'll keep all the water out, keep us dry in here when we're working. And this is a mess. All this gotta come off too. But let's get this to the street and put it out there for the trash. Because $5 says my neighbor will pick this up and put it in his house. If that happens, I'll let you know. Bring the security camera. But I guarantee he go. It's just what he does. So let's get this to the street. So we got that out to the street, and we're getting this to where we can pull this toolbox out so we can clean and get all this foam board off the wall. But cleaning out, look what I spy back here. A diff. And a diff cover. But there's a funny story behind this diff. So you can see, most people will be able to look and tell immediately there's an issue with that diff. Yeah, there's parts in here. Axles are all janked. Look at that. Oh, a lot of people know the story with that diff. I'll just let that story be its own story for the diff. You learn a lot of lessons in life. That's one of them. And people, like, you learn to not trust people that you know. So, I don't know what to do with it. Guess I could take it to scrap metal, but I guess that in the brake rotors over there will take the scrap metal somewhere. Don't know. Funny thing is, I've been finding a bunch of awards that have fallen down behind toolboxes and all sorts of stuff. But this is a little wood one. It's his first annual Sterling McCall Urban Legends Custom Car and Truck Show. Best BMW second place. 12/11/2011. International oh, that was that one. Ooh, that was creepy. This one was down, like, it's on International Concert Plaza. That one was down in, like, the complete, like, back behind a whole bunch of stuff. It was super sketch getting there. It was weird. But been finding a bunch of these. Cleaned up and denailed right now. We need to get all of our trash and stuff put into bags, and then what's staying in the garage has to come back in because we have to go get our pegboard, and I can't leave all this stuff out in the driveway or someone's gonna just take it all. So need to put it back in the driveway. Back in the garage for a little bit till we can go get our insulation and pegboard. Once we get that, put that up, we can put hooks in, and then we can hang all of our fun stuff. Got a little sidetrack, guys. As you can see, Ryan stopped by and Mark stopped by to hang out for a little bit. 6 feet apart though. But we're moving everything back in the garage. Sold some parts in the meantime. People have picked them up, but you see Mark's 944, Ryan's E46 Techno Violet, which is beautiful. Got a guy coming to get the tires and the exhaust, so those are going to be gone. And then it's just this pile of trash. So if no one picks this stuff up today, this is all going in the trash and being hauled away. So need to get all this up and situated so that we can actually close the garage and go get our supplies. So let's finish this. Now that we basically got all that side cleaned up, we weren't able to make it to Lowe's yesterday, so we're gonna go today. But this now is our focus. Half of these boxes are like half empty, and a lot of trash and a lot of stuff that does not need to be here. So we're gonna pull all this down, set it all out here, go through every box, and put stuff up that needs to be all together in one box. And maybe we can consolidate down to maybe 1 or 2 boxes, because I want to be able to get the welder and a bunch of other things set up on the shelf, so that we could use them and accurately use them. So let's pull all this down, except for the wheels, and get all this situated. At all today, much, but we did push the M3 back, as you saw, and we actually rearranged all of these shelves. As you can see, they are almost empty, basically. We had a bunch of bins over there that, like I said, were like half empty, so we combined them all into parts at E36 that need to be sold, paints, our welders are up there, bunch of miscellaneous stuff, all that's being sold, so that whole shelf should be empty here in the next week or so. Wheels and tires are up top, hung some hooks so we can hang our rims and different pieces over there. So now this is all cleaned off down here. Our next goal is that corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the M3 in kind of this direction, and we're going to tackle this corner. And we bought 4x8 sheets of pegboard. Finally made it over there. And we're gonna put one sheet of pegboard there with pegs so we can hang all our lawn equipment, garden stuff, all that kind of stuff. So our walls are pegboarded. I didn't film, guys, because I was in a hurry just trying to get stuff up and get stuff down. So our next step is power strips up and down, plugs in the ceiling. We'll get to that, but for this video, from where the garage started to where it's at now, you can see it's a lot better. I'll show you some final result pictures at the end of this, but if you see, we have a solid 5 feet on this side of the car, and if we move it to the middle, we have 2.5 feet all the way around. That's more than we've ever had for this car in this garage. So we're actually going to be able to get good work done in here. We can actually do our carbon fiber work. I can set up a little table. We can do carbon fiber work in here as well. So that'll keep everything out of the elements, and I can actually lay it better and work on it better and stuff like that. So this has been a fantastic weekend, and we got a lot done. So peep the pictures at the very end, and I will see you guys next time. Our next video is going to be garage floor. So we're leveling it, and we're going to epoxy coat it so it's all nice and clean. See you guys next video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned.